Now this might seem like deja vu, as I started the video 2 videos ago with the same shot, but yesterday on our way back down to the Wigan flight we got an email saying that the Wigan flight was shut. There's a sill blown on lock 69 and rumour has it that it will be a week to 10 days to repair it, which means that will use up all our spare days to get back down to the boatyard for blacking. So last night we had to turn around. We couldn't find a winding hole without going down a load of locks, so we managed to do it on the canal just, and now we're heading back towards Skipton again. As a boater you have to be nothing if not adaptable. Well, we're making our way back into Skipton and we were with a boat ahead and we've just stopped for coffee and their ignition has broken. So Henry's hurrying down to see, they're stuck across the canal because there's a boat which has been abandoned, it looks like, on the lock landing. So they're stuck diagonally across the canal. Henry's gone down to see if he can hotwire the ignition, and a hire boat that we were travelling down with earlier is coming down, so we're going to have to get them to pull in. So it's got a little bit muddled around here, but we'll all pull together, see if we can get everybody moving. So we've got the hire boat in, which have problems of their own because they've got an alarm going off on it and there's something wrong with the toilet. So not a pleasant occurrence. And the boat in front has snapped the key in the ignition, so we may go through the lock and then tow them into Gargrave, where they better able to get a bit of help there. Well, there's a resolution of sorts. The hire boat that's broken down is Pennine Cruisers, and the other boat that's broken down has a friend in Pennine Cruisers, so they're hoping that a new ignition switch can be brought along at the same time they come along to fix the hire boat. And as for the abandoned boat on the lock landing, the boats on the other side of the lock are aware of it and they're looking after it. There is somebody on it, but he may not be around for various reasons. So anyway, they've got their eye on it and they're making sure that it stays safe. So no doubt the other 2 boats will get down to Gargrave later on, fixed, hopefully, and we'll continue on. So we don't have to tow them this time, which is probably good because I haven't towed anyone before and it's probably not that easy. When we were moored up last night we had the most beautiful golden sunset. Now, the reason it was golden was because there was a lot of Sahara dust in the atmosphere. I'd heard about that on the radio a couple of days beforehand, and then it rained a little bit last night. Well, we weren't expecting it, and as a consequence the boat is covered in sand this morning. So that's going to be my job this afternoon, certainly on the solar panels, because they're not doing much. They've got a fine level of sand all over them. It's almost fluorescent there. So there's a very good reason not to fall in the canal when you see that. It's very toxic. There's lots of notices up about the blue-green algae problem. New notices, that wasn't there last week. And of course all the ducks are swimming in the water, drinking it, and it's not just toxic to humans, it's a nerve toxin and a liver toxin, I think, but it's also toxic to fish and frogs and birds and cattle that drink too much of it. So it is a real issue. It's too many nutrients in the water. I mean, blue-green algae does fall naturally, but at the rate that we're finding in the canals, it's because of the nutrients in the water, especially phosphorus and nitrates run off from the fields. Just part of the continuing problem of our water network in this country. Talking of water, we're filling up very slowly this morning.
Very slowly.
So we are leaving Skipton again today, but in the other direction. And over the next few days we're heading down towards Leeds. The weather's been fantastic, really hot, but it's due to break today, this afternoon, so we're going to try to get to our mooring spot before that happens. So we've got a few hours ahead of us, and down here it's just swing bridge after swing bridge after swing bridge, but they're sort of easier than looks because Henry can just zoom ahead on his bike, open the swing bridge up and go through. He can shut it and then get down to the next one, so it keeps it all quite smooth. So off we go. This summer has been wet, which everybody got a bit fed up with, so the last week of hot sunshine has been very welcome. But the good thing about the wet is that the canals have been full on the whole, and the land is still holding on to all its green. And this is the first week, and we're in the first week of September, coming up to the second week of September, and the leaves have just started to think about falling. Look at that, how green it is. Last year, because of the drought conditions, the trees were stressed and dropping leaves very early. Ash, which this is, oh no, this is a willow. Ash is the first to drop its leaves, and I've noticed that, but on the whole, mostly they're still holding on for the moment. So you don't get that horrible feeling of the summer all coming to an end. Not yet. Here's what's going to be a rather nice house going up, built in the vernacular stone but in a contemporary way. Lovely arched doorway or window, and that's going to be its view. Not bad. The first of many swing bridges today, at least 10 I think. This is Kildwick, tumbling down the side of the hill to the canal. And across there is the Flying Scotsman. That was a surprise. Oh, I can't really see it now. A willow. You can see how shallow canals are on the edge. Doesn't seem to be bothered by me. And the swing bridge ahead has been left open, so that's a bonus. Here we have Silsden. Neat little town all clustered around the canal. With a mix of old buildings and new. We found ourselves a nice offside mooring for the night, but had to clear it up before we could relax there really. There was an old Canal and River Trust barge moored up behind full of rubbish, so we were able to put the bigger stuff in there. The small bits we took away with us. Well, with our mooring spot cleared of rubbish, we've walked up a little path behind, little scout camp down the bottom, and there's this rather nice spot here. Not sure what it's for, but it's sort of away from everything. Lots of tree planting going on here. Scout camp down there, and an amazing view. We quite fancy bringing our dinner up here tonight and watching the sun go down, depending on the predicted thunderstorms, of course. We've just passed the environs of Keighley, and it's definitely the nicest way to come to Keighley, because we came in by bus the other day and it did look a bit grim in places. And here's a real Mad Max of a boat. Wow, that is amazing, wow, yeah. Powered by, is that a petrol motor at the back, do you think? Yeah. It's like a sort of hobbit house on the water, isn't it? Well, and then before we knew it, we were on the Bingley 5 rise, which would take us down to the Bingley 3 rise. That's how deep each lock is. So we were descending a long way. They're also very leaky. Thank you. And immediately after the 5 rise is the 3 rise, which is manned by 2 volleys. We might have to check the water in the hole. By the time we come out of this one in a minute, we'll have descended 90 foot in 8 locks. Thank you. Well, I'll finish this video moored down at Saltaire with salt mills behind me, where I'm going to go and see something I've been looking forward to seeing. That will all be on the next video. So have a good week, everyone. See you on the next one. Bye for now.